So I think we need a history lesson because there were so many people who were talking about how this shouldn't be happening in Has Been Hotel season 2 because alcohol and prohibition. So let's have a fun little history lesson real quick. Alistair passed in 1933, so this is like the early 30s when prohibition was a thing. And yes, they are obviously seen with alcohol. But this also happened in New Orleans, which had some of like the most speakeasies in the country. What is a speakeasy, you might ask? A speakeasy was a hidden bar, usually converted from people's homes, and these basically sold bootleg alcohol during the time of prohibition. Some were making it themselves, some bought it illegally. During the time, like the only people who could buy wine legally were religious figures, so a lot of people became priests who buy wine and bought a ton of it and then sold it. And you could legally purchase these things called wine brick, which were literally just bricks of concentrated grape juice. And there was like a little like warning label on there that literally told them how to make wine. This was like the most common way people had wine. This also had to have happened in a speakeasy during the time because Jim Crow laws and segregation were all still like a thing. And Alistair being biracial would still be categorized as a person of color during that time. That's just how the laws were. So some of the very few places that races really intermingled like this were at speakeasies because they were already illegal establishments already, so they didn't really care about segregation. And that is why we were able to have alcohol in this scene. Really loving the people nitpicking the show being like, oh, it's historically inaccurate for different reasons. This being one of the biggest ones. And then they just acted like they're dropping all these history facts and then they completely forgot that speakeasies existed and were huge during this time. So yeah, that's it's a speakeasy, obviously. And like, fun little fact, speakeasies still exist. They're not like illegal anymore. They're just like fun hidden bars. There's literally one in the tiny town that I grew up in that I didn't even know was a thing. There's an old telephone booth that apparently if you type a code in, it like opens up to a secret underground bar. Didn't know that. Found out because my friend works for like the only alcohol supplier in the city. Yeah, crazy stuff. But yeah, speakeasy. Duh.